What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So this upcoming game against the Houston Texans, I view as the Falcons' last chance to make the playoffs. Because if you lose this game and go 1-4, it's not that you can't make the playoffs at 1-4. I mean, we saw the 2016 Miami Dolphins start 1-4 and make the playoffs, but when you're in a loaded NFC with a bunch of great teams, and you're also in a loaded NFC South division, starting 1-4 and making playoffs is not very likely. And it's not going to get any easier for the Falcons as we go on the road to face a pretty well-balanced Houston Texans team. So let's just view what this matchup is like right now. So if you're new here, how these game previews work is we're never going to predict who wins the game. Instead, we're going to go over three things. 1, what to watch out for from the opponent. And yes, home field advantage does count as something to watch out for. 2, possible breakouts for the Falcons. And 3, how the Falcons can win the game. Not if they win the game, how they can win. So let's of course start it out with what to watch out for from the Houston Texans. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the Texans are a pretty well balanced team on paper. They're not perfect, obviously, but for the most part, they have a scary team, and it starts with the front seven. The Texans have always been known to have a great defense, but that front seven defines it. J.J. Watt is still wreaking havoc, and though Jadeveon Clowney is gone, that doesn't mean we can overlook the rest of the players. You gotta watch out for players like Whitney Mercilus, Zach Cunningham. Just watch out for the front seven, especially at home. And the last thing we gotta watch out for is really the whole entire offense. Now, the O-line is terrible. It's better than last year, but I don't know if that's saying much. Also noting that this Texans team hasn't exactly lived up to the standard that they should be on offense. They aren't as flashy on film and really even statistically like everyone thought. However, this is something we definitely need to watch out for. Carlos Hyde can still play, and if this running back isn't doing well and the O-line isn't blocking, Deshaun Watson can decide to scramble out of the pocket and try to make defenses look silly. So the run game is scary, but this passing game is even scarier. We all know Deshaun Watson can freaking throw. We all know DeAndre Hopkins is probably the second best receiver in the league. And there's a couple other players to watch out for, like Will Fuller, and I think Kenny Stills is still playing. I don't know if he is, but if he is playing, watch out for him. But just like every other team in the league, the Texans are not perfect. So here are possible breakouts for the Falcons. The first thing that could possibly break out is the passing game. If there's one thing on the Texans' defensive side of the ball that just isn't all that good, is the secondary. I expect Matt Ryan to take full advantage of a pretty poor group of DBs and try to get the offense rolling. Austin Hooper has been pretty solid, Julio Jones is still making plays, but we gotta get the others involved. And with a mediocre Texans secondary, we should be able to do that. And the last thing that could break out is the D-line. If we could maybe stop being soft, this D-line should be able to put some pressure on Deshaun Watson because of how poor his O-line is. Grady Jarrett has been good all year, so he'll probably break out. Vic Beasley's actually been pretty solid, but everyone else needs to step up. But with all that being said, how can the Falcons win this game? I was going to make a lot of notes like, oh, we got to stop DeAndre Hopkins and put pressure on Deshaun Watson, but if you really think about it, the one thing the Falcons haven't been doing all season, I think if we maybe do this in the game, we could win the game, is be aggressive. I don't know, I was just thinking we could be aggressive on DB, aggressive on O-line, on the passing game, just literally everything. What if we were aggressive for a change instead of being the softest team in the league? I don't know, just a thought. But that's all I have. I can't promise you the Falcons win this game, but I also can't promise you they lose this game. But let's just hope the Falcons do get back on track and make the playoffs even after starting 1-3. But other than that, please make sure to smash that like button, blow up the comment section, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any weekly content. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. And I'll see you guys this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Rise up.